So you play Viking, who is this great character in this movie. Bad guy, great character. Just tell me when you got like the offer for this role, like what did you see in that character that you could bring?
Just what you said, bad guy, great character. The reason I really wanted to do it was the writing. I read it while I was doing a movie called Murder on the Orient Express, and it was like a complete world away from that, which really excited me. And then when I met Hans Petter, the director, who was just wonderful, and Michael Schamberg, the producer, of whom I'm a huge fan, it sort of like became even more. It was like this, and they wanted me to get, really creative, and they kept saying, look, don't worry about the script, let's just go get crazy and just go big, and it was, so I had a really, really good time. It was probably one of my favorite ever auditions to date, because it was just so fun. So when they offered it to me, I was over the moon.
A big theme in this movie is fathers and sons. Liam Neeson's character has a son, drama happens. Your character has a son, drama happens. And you as a father, your character is well-meaning, if at times inarticulate. There's that great scene where he invokes Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Just what can you tell me about that father-son dynamic that permeates the whole film?
If I'm honest, it's a theme that I hadn't really thought about much until now, and people are bringing it up, and I think, it is interesting. I think actually, if you delve into it as well, the fact that Liam kidnaps my son, it's quite an interesting thing that he becomes more of a father figure than I ever was. There's that very sweet scene where he's reading to him a magazine about snowplows, and it's probably one of the sweeter scenes of the movie. And it's a very interesting dynamic, I think, especially for a character like Viking, who's this sort of killer, and this sort of drug lord, to have a son like that, and for the first scene of the movie, for him to be offering fatherly advice is quite an interesting dynamic. So I think, it's just one of many interesting sides to the film.
Viking has so many sides to him, but if there's one word that I would use, it's slick.
Okay.
He has that hair, which is a little bit like yours, but just slick.
Yeah.
And he wears those pretty gorgeous suits.
They are nice suits.
Like, what can you tell me about like that character's style and how it like reflects his character?
Well, it was one of the first. I always talk about it like puzzle pieces, little stages of building a character and making the project. And talking with the costume designer, she said, I want him to always look. This is a guy who takes care of himself. He cares about his image. The narcissism is rife with this man. He cares. One of the first times we see me is when I'm in the mirror, sort of checking everything's okay. And the hair, there's no way you can get that hair without paying a lot of attention to it. So I wanted that vanity to be there through it. He's probably one of the vainest characters. He's the vainest character in the movie. He cares about what he looks like. He's a vegan. He drives this Tesla. He wants the image of a very sort of attractive, slick, put-together guy. And even at the end, when we sort of go out looking for Liam's character, and we're out on the road and we're in the middle of nowhere up this mountain, he's got a designer jacket and designer boots. So he's kind of like wants to look like he's in this magazine shoot. He's sort of, the awareness that he has of himself as a person is very telling.